Hey, how's it going? It's me, Ammon, and welcome back to another reaction video. In today's video, we are looking at some of the most dumbest criminals to ever walk the face of the earth. Let's get into it. Peter Cavanagh. It's a tale as old as time. A criminal takes a picture of themselves doing something illegal, which ultimately lands them in jail. Back in 2013, a man named Peter Cavanagh worked with a London mob delivering shipments of drugs. While returning with the cash, Cavanagh whipped out his mobile phone and took photos of himself with a massive stack of money. But he wasn't counting on two of his dealers getting caught. After the two women were arrested for possession, they led the police straight to Cavanagh, who was busted thanks to those damning photos on his phone. He was swiftly arrested and thrown in prison for 3 years. Let that be a lesson. If you're going to think about taking a photo of yourself bragging that you've got cash, I highly suggest that you don't do that. You don't need to be taking photos of evidence of crime that you've just committed. That has got to be the most stupidest way for yourself to get caught. Free beer. Who can deny the allure of free beer? Certainly not these 19 English criminals who fell for an oddly genius police sting. The Derbyshire police had a number of wanted suspects who evaded capture, and they were running out of options, so they cooked up a plan. Offer them free beer and see who takes the bait. They found the suspects posing as a company giving away crates of beer and made a simple arrangement: meet at a specific location at a specific time and they would hand over the beer. Just like that. When the criminals arrived, they were greeted not by company men and free booze, but by police and handcuffs. How they fall for that one is beyond us. How have these men learnt nothing from stranger danger? Have we learnt nothing from stranger danger? That's why these protocols are put in place, that you don't meet up with a random stranger and get killed, okay? But these idiots, these criminals, damn well deserved what they had coming to them. Why on earth would you expect a beer company to give away free booze? Just doesn't work like that. Unless you've entered a competition that you know of. But if it was just a random call-up, then yeah, you should think it was a scam in the first place. Peter Addison. If you break into a place, maybe don't write your real name on the wall. No one gave Peter Addison that terrific piece of advice. Addison broke into a Cheshire campground and then trashed the place, leaving behind a mess and some messages on the walls. One of them read, "Thanks for the stay," and of course another read, "Peter Addison was here." Police got Addison's personal information, and when they arrived to question him, he was wearing a t-shirt that was stolen from the camp. You know, just in case you thought it couldn't get any dumber, Addison was arrested and ordered to pay £750 in fines. Listen, £750 is not enough. Just for the stupidity alone, they should have at least upped it to like 5,000. I'm sorry. If you're going out to commit a crime, you don't just pull off a bit of your hair just on purpose, just to leave it there for DNA, for people to DNA check it. You don't do that. Why on earth did you think it was a safe idea to write your name and be like, yeah, I was here? That is one way to get caught if I've ever heard of it. Daniel Glen. It's important to be prepared, especially if you're going to rob a store. It is possible to be too prepared though, which is exactly what happened to Daniel Glen, who unexplainably decided to call ahead to ask the store how much cash was in the register. Imagine how that conversation went. "Hello, I'd like to place a takeout order for all the money. Can I get fries with that?" Confused and slightly alarmed, the store owner immediately called the police, who arrested Glen on his way to the store. Why on earth would you call in advance? Why would you try and put that bait out? That's just so dumb. Not everyone is as stupid as you think, okay? The only stupid person in this case was obviously Daniel Glen. Why would you actively call up a store in the hopes that, you know, it would go your way if they just left the cash out for you?
Wait. What do you think you're doing right now? Do I see you watching my video but haven't subscribed yet? How about you hit the subscribe button and help me reach 1,000 subscribers? Also, don't forget to like the video. Thank you. Let's get back into it.
Trevor Jones. Ever just want to check your Facebook one more time? 34-year-old Trevor Jones couldn't resist when he broke into a house in Gwinnett County, Georgia in 2011. Unfortunately for him, he used the home computer to log in. To be fair, it's no wonder he wanted some social media downtime. A woman whose house he tried to rob earlier had seen his car, taken his keys and wallet, and called the police. Jones had to swim a pond to escape before breaking into another nearby house. Still, he probably should have logged out of Facebook before leaving. Instead, he gave police everything they needed to identify him and issue arrest warrants. Listen, we live in a society where people cannot stay away from social media longer than 5 seconds. And social media has gotten to this guy clearly. He really wanted to go on Facebook and he just couldn't have waited until he got home. That is insane for you to like just log onto Facebook while you're in the middle of committing a crime. And you just didn't even do the right thing to log out, which is just an even more idiotic mistake than it already was. Christopher Kron, it's only polite to answer the phone. It could be someone important like the company that monitors the alarm you just tripped. On the night of his birthday, 47-year-old Christopher Kron broke into the Junkanoo bar on Fort Myers Beach to steal a bottle of Grand Marnier, or Marnier, don't know how you pronounce that. When the company called, he not only answered the phone, but he also gave his full name. Because he hadn't hidden his face either, police were able to identify and arrest him the next day based on video surveillance of the break-in. Why do none of these criminals decide to wear a mask when they're committing a crime or thinking of doing a break-in or something? I'm pretty sure if there was a handbook for criminals, wearing a mask would be on the top of the list of things to do when you're committing a crime. That and actually having brain cells to execute these plans carefully. McArthur Wheeler. When he was arrested for robbing 2 banks in Pittsburgh in 1995, McArthur Wheeler was genuinely incredulous. His logic had been impeccable. Lemon juice is used in invisible ink. Therefore, if he rubbed his face with lemon juice, no one would be able to see his face, right? Psychologists who studied this case named it the Dunning-Kruger effect, a cognitive bias in which unskilled people are least able to perceive their own incompetence and so become overconfident. In other words, when people are really dumb, they can't see how dumb they really are. Wait, did this criminal seriously rub lemon juice all over his face in the hopes that he'd become invisible or something? Did he not, you know, want to go to a mirror to go see if it actually worked? Tried using lemon juice on something else that would go invisible right in front of his face? I mean, lemon juice is only part of the ingredients that is probably used invisible ink. Unfortunately, that's the end of today's video. I have learnt one thing about being a criminal, and that is to have a high IQ and to be able to execute your plan properly. And before you even execute your plan, you plan it out really well and thoroughly to make sure you don't get caught. That's the whole point of committing a crime, is that you don't want to get caught and go to jail for your wrongdoings. But these idiots decide to do the opposite and try and get themselves caught. I mean, it worked out for them in the end, like they got caught. What do they expect? Listen, if you're gonna go outside and commit a crime, I highly advise do not copy what these people have done. And I don't condone committing a crime anyway, but if you are going to do and you were planning on doing it in the first place, then yeah, just don't do this. Maybe buy a criminal's handbook or something, I don't know. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please remember to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!